Hello everyone, in this tutorial we are going to build an application using Spring Boot, MySQL, JPA, Hibernate and Restful CRUD API. I am using Eclipse IDE. Here I am starting from basic. First of all, we are create one project using Maven. So click on File, then New, and you can see here, sometimes you can see here Maven. If not, then click on Other, then scroll it down and search for Maven. Here Maven, so click on Maven, then click on Maven project, then click on next, then click on next and type here web app. Select this and click on next. Here group ID. So I give a name to group ID is com.app. So this is my artifact ID. So I'm typing my artifact ID name is Spring Boot REST API. Spring Boot REST API. So click on finish. So you can see here your project is created. So click here and you can see here your projects. Now you can see here you have an error in your projects. So let me see here index.jsp. So click on this file and hover it and what it say. The superclass javax.servlet.http.http servlet was not found on the Java build path. So it means it need the dependency of servlet. So we have to add this dependency in our pom.xml file here. So open this file, click on pom.xml here, and we have to add some dependencies. So let me open my file. Here I have already written some dependency for save our time. So click on copy, open it, and after URL paste. So this is the starter parent. So now another dependencies. So paste another dependencies in dependencies tag, paste. So we are here pasting the dependencies. So I am highlighting data JPA dependency. Wherever you write the dependency, you can add application.property file in your project resource folder. So right click on your resource, then click on new, and there click on file. So here you have to write your file name application.properties. So click on finish. Here is your application.properties file. So let me save this pom.xml file. Now right click on your project and Maven and update project. So it will download the dependencies which you write in your pom.xml. So here you can see updating the Maven project. So we are wait for its until it's complete. So it will completed, and you can see now your error has gone. Okay. So now we have to write our projects in Java file. So right now here we don't have any folder of Java. So click on your projects, right click, then properties, then click on Java build path. Here the two checkboxes are unchecked, so you have to click on that checkboxes and apply and close. Now you can see your folder src main Java. So now we are creating our entity class. So click on new, your class. So class name is employee. So I'm giving my package name is com.app spring boot rest api dot entity. Click on finish. So this is my employee class. So here I'm writing some annotations. @entity. I'm importing. @table java x.persistence. Here for entity java x.persistence. So give the table name is equals to employee. So I'm creating fields for employee. Private long employee ID, private string employee name, private string designation. So this is my three fields for employee. I'm going to CRUD on these fields. So here @ID for creating ID, extra persistence, then @column. So give it your column name is equals to employee ID. So this is ID. So we have to generate it auto incremented. So get the annotation at generated value so mention is strategy is equals to what is the strategy type, generation type dot auto. So Next column is employee name. So at that column, bracket, name is equals to employee name. At the red column, name is equals to designation. Okay. So basically in Pojo class, you have to write the setters and getters of your fields. So here I'm in, you can see here in pom.xml, I have used the Lombok. So project Lombok is the dependency. Using this dependency, you can write your setters and getters methods. So you don't need to write yourself to setters and getters. Just we have to use that annotations of setters and getters. So I'm writing here at the rate setter at the rate getter. So it will create setters and getters for us. So for Lombok, I'll release another tutorial. So first save this, and then we are going to create the DAO layer. So here in Java, new, for that for DAO layer, I'm going to create one interface named employee DAO. And my package name is com.app.springboot REST API.DAO. So click on here add button and type JPA repository. Click on finish. So here your JPA repository. So we are using JPA. So remove this T and write your entity class name, which is employee. And here type its ID, which kind of ID we are going to store. So we are using long, because in employee entity we are using this long type. So that's why I'm going to use here long. So Control S, save. Now I'm going to create my service layer. So I'm creating another interface for service. So my interface name is employee service, and my package name is com.app.rest API.service. So click on finish. So here in your service layer, we are going to write methods which are using to save, update, read and delete operation. So we are writing the methods which return type is employee, and I'm here going to save that method, save employee. So within this I'm going to write employee Pojo employee semicolon. Good. So now next method is employee save. Now for update, employee okay. For get operation, we are going to list. We are using here list util package. Employee type here, get all employee list. Okay, so next employee, we want to get particular employee. For that we are going to write one method called get employee by using id. So here we're mentioning long id, which is employee id. For delete operation, we are using void return type and the method name is delete employee, and we are here passing the employee id, long employee id. So for this service interface, we are going to write one implementation class called employee service implementation. So right click, new class. Class name is employee service IMPR for implementation, and for your packages com.app.rest API service.impr. So click on add. Here you can select your interface which are you going to implement. Click on OK, click on finish. So here you are implementing your employee service interface. So we are going to save all files, then the error will automatically gone. Okay, so here we have to auto wire annotation of Spring for DAO layer. Employee DAO. So copy that, and here for save method employee DAO dot save. Here entity name is employee. For save the employee, for update employee dot save and flush employee. For get all employee list, we are going to set employee DAO dot find all. So here find all method is get the all employee data from the DB. Now for get particular employee DAO dot find one and pass here employee ID. So it will get the employee data on employee ID based on employee ID. So for delete your employee data, employee DAO dot delete employee ID. So it will delete the employee based on employee ID. So guys, this is our implementation class. Okay, so now we are going to save this. Okay, so for your employee service implementation, write it here @ service annotation So it tells the Spring Boot application to this is the your service implementation class, and here add the date repository. So it will tell this is our tau layer. Save. Now we are going to write a controller for our application. So new class. So my control name is employee controller. So my package name is like com.app.spring boot rest API dot controller. So click on finish. So this is my controller class. Here I'm write some annotation, request mapping. So within request mapping, we are writing here employee. So I'll explain it later. So why I'm writing this here employee. So now our next annotation is @rest controller. So now here I'm auto wiring our employee service interface. So make it as private employee service. What happening? Okay, here spelling mistake. Employee service. So here write one method for save. So make it as public method. Return type is employee save. Import employee. Okay, so it will return employee data. For saving, right here return statement, employee service dot save employee method. So here we have to pass employee parameter. So here you're writing @request body employee. So here this employee parameter will going to save into this method. So we are writing for updating the employee data. Update @request body employee return employee service dot update employee. Public. To get all employee data, we are going to write here list of employee. List type employee, get all employee. Here return employee service dot get all employee list. So list, we are import list. Now write another method of public to get particular employee using employee ID. So here return type is employee, get employee using employee ID. So here writing @path variable. Within this, the name is equals to employee ID long employee ID. So add here return employee service dot get employee using employee ID to delete particular employee. Public void delete employee @path variable name employee ID long employee curly braces. So here employee service dot delete employee using employee ID. So this is our controller. So how application knows which is the request for post, get call or delete call. So we are writing here some annotations to know the which API for what. So for save employee, we are using @post mapping. So within this parenthesis /save. For update, we are going to use @put mapping. So you parenthesis /update. For getting the data, for this we are using @get mapping. Here /all. For using particular employee ID, we are going to use @get mapping within parenthesis /by open curly, and within that write employee ID. So this employee ID which maps with this employee ID, and it will pass this employee ID to here. For delete, we are going to use @delete mapping open parenthesis within this write /delete /employee ID. So we are done with our REST APIs. So main part for the Spring Boot, for creating our Spring Boot application. To run our Spring Boot application, we have to write one Spring Boot class. So here I'm going to write one class which name is, I'll give it Spring Boot applications. So my package is com.app.spring boot REST API. So make sure you have for this class, this is the Spring Boot class. For this class, you have to make sure your package name is the base package name. So my base package name is com.app.spring boot REST API. This is my base package. So click on finish. So here, so I'm writing some annotations here. @enable JPA auditing, where it is, okay, that's it. Enable JPA auditing, and another is @Spring Boot application. Spring Boot application. So here I'm extends Spring Boot servlet initializer. Spring Boot servlet initializer. So here we are writing one method, common method, which is you well known, public static void main string args. Here we are going to write Spring Boot application dot run. Spring application dot run. So here give your source. Source means your class name. So copy Spring Boot applications dot class. Make your semicolon, and we are going to override one method configure from Spring Boot servlet initializer. So here I'm going to overwrite protected Spring application builder. This is Spring application builder. Configure method. So I'm overriding this configure method. Spring application builder. Application builder. So open here. Add return statement. Application builder dot sources to sources name means your class name. Spring Boot applications dot class. So give it semicolon. So guys, here your Spring Boot application REST API with Hibernate and all ready. So for this, in your application property, you have to add your application data. So this application property contains your MySQL credentials, database credentials, your configuration setup files and all that. So we are adding this here. So I have already written this into my text file for saving our time. This is, so I'm going to copy. So you can see here localhost, which is that means my local machine. Employee is my database name. Here my database credentials, spring.datasource.username.password. So here my username is root, my password is root. This is the drivers, com.mysql.jdbc driver. Now this is my dialect properties, and hibernate.ddl.auto properties. I am here write update because when you are writing your entity class, when you are making some changes on your entity class, it will reflect into your databases. So for update, it will reflect that. So save. So right click here, then click on run as, then Maven build. So first time you have to click here and goals type clean install. So apply and run. So see here message build success. That means your build is success. So right click on your projects, click on run as and run on server. So in Apache, select your server. So I am using here Apache Tomcat. So click here Apache, then click on next. Spring Boot REST API. Finish. So here it will updating some dependencies. Okay, so let him finish. Localhost encounter a problem, so we have an error. Click on details. Okay, so we have some errors in your pom.xml. So let's see what is this. Resources. Okay, right click here, project, click on project, clean your project, then Maven, update Maven project, select here. Okay, so it will updating your Maven projects. So we are running our projects. back to local GTE, private local stop, next, finish. JSP support not configured. Okay, close here, stop this, right click, run as, run server, click on back. I'm going to manually add my Apache server. So I'm using it. Next, so I'm browsing my Tomcat. So my Tomcat is on my home folder. Select this, click on OK, click on next and finish. Wow, so it's running. The error because of at the time of selecting server, I'm selected G2EE preview. So that's why it gives us error. So just we have to select here the Tomcat, Apache Tomcat. So you can see here our project is running, hello world is printing. Okay, so now clean this, go to the MySQL workbench. Here you can see I don't have any databases. So creating our databases. So I have right here one command, create database employees. So click on this and please make sure the database written here, the database name is like here. So here I have written employee and here is employees. So make sure your database name is same. So I'm here replacing my database name employees and control S save. So here we are going to refresh. So we have your database employees. Okay. So now click here, see employees. So after running the Eclipse, it will create the tables for us in employees table. Here employee database, we don't have any tables. See here, we don't have any table. So after going to refresh reading contacts, okay, click on refresh button. So it will create one employee table. So click here to see the employee table. So employee table have three columns: employee ID, designation, and employee name. So right now this table doesn't have any data. So we are going to insert data using our REST APIs. So for that, you have to open the Postman here and write your path. HTTP localhost colon localhost colon 8080 slash our project name Spring Boot REST API, Spring Boot REST API slash, here we have to mention our controller name employee slash to get all employees data, right? So we just slash all get call send http double slash colon localhost spring boot send. So see here status is 200 means okay, so we are, our request is going to well, running well. So right now in our table we don't have any records, so that's why here you have to see no data. So for creating data you have to using post call, and here for post call see save. So we are just inserting here save. So click on body raw, here application JSON. So I have already one request right here, one request, copy paste here. So right now we don't have any blood group kind of field. Okay, so this is our data. So click on send. So request is 200. It will returning our data, employee ID 1, employee name and designation. So you can here click on run. So you can see here your data, employee ID, designation software engineer, employee name is Sachin. Okay, so now I'm inserting another data. So if you don't want to mention here ID, doesn't matter. So just because our employee ID will auto incremented. So my next employee name is Amol. So he's also software engineer. So click on send. So you can see here employee ID will auto generated. So within database, run this command, employee ID 2, software engineer Amol. So like this, we are going to another Saga software tester, is designated software tester. Click on send. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, so we are now we are going to update the record. So update, so for updating you have to pass the employee ID. So here I'm passing employee ID, employee ID 3. So I'm going to edit the employee name. Here I have write Sagar. So now I'm adding Sagar 1. So click on send. Method not allowed. So you can see a status 405 method not allowed. So why this error occurs, method not allowed? Because method not allowed means the update is your put call, not post. So you have to change your put. And now you can click on send. Now your status is 200. 200 means okay. So you can see here your employee name is 1 and your employee ID is 3. Software tester. Within database you can also see reflections. So here you can check here your Sagar 1 edited employee name. Now we are going to get all employee list. So within Postman, change here employee slash all. So click on send. Here once again we have got method not allowed. So change the get call and click on send. So check 200, okay, no problem. So here you can see within our table we have 3 records, and all the 3 records we are going to see here: Sachin, Amol and Sagar 1. So now we are going to get employee by ID. So within Postman, click employee by slash ID. So I am click here 1. So it is a get call. So click on send. So when I am going to enter send, so it will return me a data of employee ID 1. Click on send. 200, okay. Here my employee ID is 1. So the employee name is Sachin and its detail will come. So for delete, for employee we are going to delete employee ID. We are writing 3. So here within database, how many records we have? 3 records. So I'm going to deleting this record. So I'm passing employee ID 3. So click on send. So it's a delete call. So change it here, delete, click on send. So we can see here 200. So you can see we don't have any message here. Why? Because our return type is void. So void never returns anything. So to check, we are going to our database. Here I'm going to run discovery, and you can see here right now we have 3 records here. So run. So now you can see here our third record is gone. So it is deleted. So guys, whatever APIs we are wrote here, the all APIs are running successfully. Thanks for watching guys. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned. Thank you.